I remember when I was a kid, like 6 or 7 years old, finding a big red marble in the street. I always was a finder, a salvager, a trash picker. But pretty early on, I started to be appalled by the waste, just appalled, and thought, one, there must be something I can do with this, and maybe I can find someone else who can use these things. For me, it's the most important thing in my life, really. I don't really question it all that much. I do what I'm moved to do. This all starts out as used electrical wire. This is what evolved. But yeah, I try not to describe them verbally, because I end up waving my hands around in the air. And you start using big words. I don't know if that gets any easier. It's a balanced, graduated set of elements, all hung together, which move in a very nice way. There's a certain element of being obsessive. I like to keep my hands busy. There's a lot of repetition in this kind of creative work, and I think that is part of why I've kept at it so long. It's a reason to talk to people. The front porch in the summer is great. On the sunny days, you're so close to the sidewalk. I can sit out there, do work, and have half a dozen people come by in an evening and stop and talk and ask questions and tell me what they like, occasionally buy something. I'm not set up for internet sales. I don't even own the internet. Now with this whole virus thing, talk about being isolated. Now I do like living alone, but this is a little much. This is just a little much. So now since then, I have actually been selling some things. I have word of mouth. People are starting to know my work. Like I say, Jackie helped. She works at the Busy Day where I buy my beer. She sold quite a few of them.
My name is Jacqueline Krim. I work at Busy Day Market. I've worked there for 9 months now, I think, 9.5. Probably within the first 2 weeks of working there, I met Dan. One day it was raining and we started talking about the weather, and he was like, "It's raining, but my plants like it." And I was like, "My plants like it too. Like I have a lemon tree, I have a bunch of plants on my balcony." He was like, "Oh, really?"
I used to have a greenhouse back in Wisconsin, the whole front of the house. I had over 500 houseplants at one point. So I offered her my houseplants, and it was a pretty nice collection.
So I now have 57 in my apartment, and 30, I think, are from him. Yeah.
She came on up here and got the houseplants, and of course saw all this stuff.
I was shocked, like immediately shocked by the outdoor stuff, like on the porch, everything. It was wild. Then I came in here and was like, "Did you make all this? Where did it come from? This is an amazing collection." Didn't know that about Dan, that he made stuff, so. After I left his house, I started posting stuff on Facebook like almost immediately. Came back a week later, took a bunch of pictures, posted them. I'm like a firm believer in everything happens for a reason, and I went into civil engineering for the environmental aspect. So when I found out that he used almost 100% recycled material, I was like, I think we were meant to meet. And then he told me his financial issues, and I was like, I have a social media platform as a 22-year-old. So, Facebook Marketplace isn't like Etsy or anything, but it's a start. It's like the least I could do because he's been so nice and gave me 30 plants. So it's like kind of my thank you back. I don't know. I think like me meeting Dan and knowing I had to help him definitely had to do with me living in Athens the past few years. You help out your neighbor here? Yeah, for sure.
The waste appalls me. People don't make any effort. You work hard for the things you buy. People spend their whole lives doing jobs, a lot of the jobs they really don't like, to buy stuff that they just then throw away. I think it's just so stupid. appalling. Well, you never know what you're going to find, and sometimes I am directly inspired by what I find. People see them static and go, "Oh, that's cool," and then I spin them, and that's when they really like them. There aren't very many mobile makers out there. I like to think that I'm generating the fuel of magic. Every layer you add adds really a lot to the movement.